Hello, everybody. It is time for a new Let's Play. I knew that sting was coming. Not the one I was planning, but I saw it come up on the summer sale, and I was like, oh, I don't have that yet? I've been meaning to play this, and I thought, you know what? Now is as good a time as any. So we're going to go ahead and try this. This game is not very responsive. There we go. Click any button. I wasn't pressing the right any button, apparently. When I was trying to get this running, the options here were just flicking like this as well. They wouldn't stop until I unplugged my controller. I'm also running with the Committee of Zero patch, which seemed recommended for full content. That may mean I end up censoring a scene or two. I don't know quite what that adds, but we're going to find out. In any case, why do I want to play this game? Because I am a huge Steins Gate fan, and I played the snot out of the original Steins Gate, as well as Steins Gate Elite, I think was the remake. I've also played Steins Gate Zero, Linear Bound Phenagram, and even, what is it, My Darling's Embrace, I think it was called? I can't even remember the name of that one. But I have 100% achievement completion in every single Steins Gate game, and this is sort of along those lines. It's also made by Spike Chunsoft, who are, of course, the people behind games like Danganronpa and the Zero Escape series. So, hey, you know what? I got high expectations, and this comes well recommended. It sounds interesting. So, all I know is that this sort of kind of tangentially takes place in the same universe as Steins Gate. I expect it's going to have a similar art style and flow and things like that, but I don't know what the game is about, because Steins Gate is pretty self-contained. You're either in that little pocket universe goings-ons or you're not. So, yeah. And even if you could affect that stuff from the side, you would just affect the whole world, and that would screw everything up, and just, I don't know, play Steins Gate if you haven't already. In the meantime, we're going to see what's up with this game. Again, the controls seem a little weird, so we'll see how responsive it is. But I'm going to play with a keyboard and mouse because I don't think it'll matter. It's a visual novel, so who gives a damn? And let's see what we got for ourselves. I've got the cursor hidden, so I hope that's going to end up being okay. I also assume there's no puzzles. Quick saved! Oh, good. I wouldn't want to lose any progress. A gaze... Oop. A gaze rains down from the sky. Those eyes are always watching me. The stare pierces through the thick, pitch-black rain clouds and pours down on me like rain. I may turn down the voices. We'll see. Don't look at me. My body won't stop shivering. Not from the chill of the rain, but rather the ice-cold rubble pressing against my back. So he's looking up, so terribly cold. A gaze pierces me from the heavens. Who it belongs to, I can't say. As if to escape it, I raise my head to look at the environment around me. That's quite the environment. There I see a ruined city. There I see despair. There I see death. There I see nothingness. Tokyo? Not a soul is there, not a soul is moving. Not a soul is left alive. The only thing I can hear is the sound of the rain continuing to pour. At this rate, everything, both the living and the dead, will it all be gently embraced and washed away? How nice it would be if all of this was just a delusion. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Delusion is a word that I keep see coming up in the reference to this game. I can't move my body. I can only move my eyes and neck, and even then just
体が
barely.
震えているけど、
My body is shivering,
そんなのただの生理
but
現
that's
象で
nothing
しか
more than
な
a
い。
psychological phenomenon, a physiological phenomenon.
僕の意思じゃない。
It isn't happening by my
僕
own
は身を
will.
震わせたいなんて思って
I
な
don't
い。
want my body to tremble.
僕の自由にならないなら、
If I can't move it
こんなの
freely,
僕の体じゃない。
then it isn't my body.
あるいは、生まれた時か
Or
ら
maybe I've never
僕は
had
自由
free
なんかじゃ
will
なかったかもしれない。
ever since I was born.
心の保管してある場所なんて
Nobody
誰
knows
にもわから
exactly
ないんだ。
where the soul resides. Getting philosophical right off the bat here.
それなのに、
Bearing
一
that
体
in
誰
mind,
がこの
How
体
can
の中
anyone
に
say
僕の心があるって言い
that
切れ
there
るん
is a
だ。
soul inside this body of mine. This is on auto, by the way. The text is just going, if that wasn't clear.
でも、
But,
だったら僕はどこにいたんだろう。
then where exactly am I now?
僕はここにいるのかな。
Am I really
僕は
here?
どこにもいないのかな。
Am I anywhere at all?
すべてが静止している。
In the shattered world where all stands still? Oh, there's
ふ
feet.
と、死の雨
Where
の
all
前
that can
の
be
音が
heard is the
響いた。
rain of death. Suddenly, another sound echoes through it.
無の中から浮かび上がってく
A
る。
single solitary
Tatta
existence
hitotsu no
begins
hiu.
to emerge from the sea of nothingness. That's
君
you,
は
feet.
誰？
Who are you?
その肌が青白く見えるのは、
Is your skin
雨
so
の冷たさ
pale
に凍えているから？
because it's been numbed by the chill of the rain?
君がもう死んでいるから？
Or is it because you're already dead?
でも、
She's a skinny one,
彼
that's for
女は
sure.
震えていなかった。
And yet the girl isn't shivering.
そして、
And those
前髪で
eyes
隠
of
れそうになっ
hers,
ている。
nearly
その
hidden
瞳は、
by her bangs. You're the girl on the cover, I
僕を
think.
見るな。
Don't look at me.
ひどく悲しそうにも見える。
They look so
狂気
terribly
じみてい
sad.
るようにも見える。
They look as if they hold a hint of
何も映
madness.
していないようにも見える。
They look as if they reflect nothing.
もしも、
If
世界には僕と彼女の二人だけし
she
か
and
い
I
な
were
く
the
て、
only ones left in the world,
こうして、お
we
互いだ
stared
け
into
を永
each
遠に
other's
見つめ
eyes
合って
like
いたら、
this for all eternity.
僕の世界は、
Would my
彼女の
world be
瞳に映る
reduced
ものだ
to
け
the
になるのか
reflection
な。
in her eyes?
彼女の世界は、
Would her
僕の
world be
瞳に映
reduced
るも
to
の
the
だけになるの
reflection
かな。
in my eyes? Is this going somewhere, my guy?
彼女の瞳に映る
I'm
も
on
の
the clock.
は僕。
The only thing reflected in
僕
her
の
eyes
瞳に映
is
るもの
me.
は彼
The
女。
only thing reflected in my eyes is
そう
her.
考えると、
When I think of it that
世界
way,
は途端に矮小
the
化
world
する。
immediately seems so much smaller.
不意に僕の耳に届く。
Suddenly, a flash of static reaches my ears, one endlessly beautiful yet deeply
彼女はう
discordant.
なだれて、
She lowers her head
両手を左右に広げる。
and spreads her arms wide,
まるで、あの雨雲の
almost
上
as
へ
if
向けて
preparing
飛
to
び立
take
とうと
off,
するかのように。
to soar high above the rain clouds,
あるいは、
or
こ
as
の
if
雨すべ
trying
てを受け止めようとす
to
るかのよ
catch
うに。
all the falling rain. That was abrupt. Oh, hey, you. All that's watching you is a delusion. There's that word again.
うなだれた彼女の表情は、
Is she a magic girl?
僕の位置から
From where
伺
on
い
the
知ること
ground,
が
I
で
can't
き
see the
ない。
expression on that lowered head of hers. What the hell?
雨の白幕の向こうで、
Behind this
君は
thin
どんな
veil
顔を
of
してい
rain,
る？
just what kind of face are you making?
殺してあげる。
天使、
I'll put you to rest now.
ラン
An
プス
angel.
光の羽は、
Are those dancing
僕を
feathers of
祝
light
福しているのか。
blessing me?
ああ、
Or,
そうか。
I see.
理解したよ。そ
I
れ
finally
で
understand.
僕
She's
を
going
殺してくれ
to
るんだね。
use that to kill me.
ゆっくりと
What?
倒れている僕の前
That,
に
that's not what that
彼
image
女
was
は
showing.
膝をつく。
That girl slowly kneels to the ground right
未だに
before my collapsed
彼
body.
女はうなだれたまま、
With her head still lowered,
僕の頭をそっと抱えてくる。
she gently takes my
僕を
own
見
in
てく
her
れないことに
hands I surrender my body to her grasp. I'm just
ただ身を委
relieved
ねた。
that she isn't looking at me. She's whispering
耳
something.
元でささやき。
In my ear, I
綺
hear
麗
a
なノイ
whisper,
ズ。
garbled by static.
でも、
It's as beautiful as it
よく
is
聞こえない。
discontent. I missed that word. I can't make it out very well. Yeah, you're talking too fast.
暖かくて、柔らかくて、優
A
しくて。
warm, soft,
甘美な感触。
gentle, sweet
それ
sensation.
は麻酔のようで、
And
不
miraculously,
思議なことに、
as if
体
it
の
were an
震えがゆっ
anesthetic,
くりと収まっていく。
the shivering of my body
彼女
slowly
のか
begins
す
to
かな
die
鼻
down.
息が、僕の
Her
頬を
soft
くすぐ
breath
る。
tickles my cheeks.
とても甘い匂い。
It smells so sweet. Suddenly,
胸に圧迫感を覚えた。
I sense something pressing against
彼
my
女の持っ
chest.
ていた大
What
きな
angle is
剣
this?
が
The large sword she holds,
僕の
yeah.
胸の皮膚を裂き、
Tears through my
肉をえ
skin.
ぐり、
Wait, this is going a different direction now.
骨の
Bores
間
into
を
my
縫い、
flesh. Weaves through
ゆ
my
っくりと
bones
体の中に沈み込ん
and
できている。
slowly sinks through to the center of
で
my
も、
body.
彼女のキスという麻
But
酔にかけられて、
gifted with the anesthesia of her
もう痛
kiss,
みを感じない。
I no longer
こん
feel
な
any
にも優
pain.
しく殺してくれるから、
I would never have imagined
不
I'd
意
get
に
such a
切なく
kind
なって、
death. Just the thought of
涙
it
が溢
breaks
れ
my
そうに
heart,
なって、それを
leaving me
ご
on
ま
the
かす
verge
た
of
めに、
tears.
彼女の
Trying to
頭越し
hide
に
them, I
雨を
look
落と
past
し
the
続
girl's
けてい
head
る。
up toward the
鈍
ashen
色の空を
sky,
見上げた。
where the rain continues to
空が
pour.
滲んでいるのは雨のせい。
Is the sky blurry because of the
涙のせ
rain?
い。
Because of my
もう
tears?
あの視線も感じない。
Or is it because you
も
just got stabbed? I don't
う
feel
何
that
もない。
gaze anymore. I don't feel anything
薄れゆく
anymore.
意識の中で、
As my consciousness fades
僕は
away,
空へと手を伸ばす。
I reach my hand toward the
誰か
sky. Suddenly,
教えて、
please tell me,
僕たちのあの空はどこへ行っ
just
たんだろう。
where could that sky of ours have gone? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the Let's Play. This dude's dead. Oh, here we go. Imagine if the delusion became reality. Welcome to the intro. Very Steins Gate already. So I don't know what the hell is going to be about these delusions or whatever, but the word keeps coming up. In fact, it was in the options there, something about skipping delusions or text and delusions or whatever. It's like, what's a delusion? Is it going to be like a puzzle section or something? I have no idea. We'll just let this rock. And yes, there's a sequel to this game, which I will probably play as well, assuming I enjoy this, which I'm sure I will. Okay, I didn't get giant weapons in Steins Gate, so this is already an improvement. There's a sword, there's a dagger. Are there going to be FPS sections? What are we going to do with these things? It would be a shame to have all these weapons and not have some action parts. But I have a feeling that's exactly what's going to happen. I haven't been paying attention to the lyrics either. Chaos Head Noah. That's the game we're playing. Chapter 1, Eyes in Eyes. I couldn't see the gaze. So am I in control of the words now? I think I might be. I couldn't see it, even though it was watching me. It was strange. For as long as I could remember, I sometimes felt like I was being watched by some mysterious gaze. The gaze are just following this guy around. It's Pride Month, guys. But whenever I turned to look, there was never anyone there. Still, I was convinced that somebody was watching me. There's some clicking in the background. I could tell by the chills that ran down my neck. Was I just being too self-conscious? Okay, I think I'm actually in control of the words here. That would seem to be the case. Or did I just have a fear of being watched? It's like Danganronpa 2 when Hajime was looking up and thinking somebody was watching him. Way back in elementary school, I'd thought of it differently. That gaze is God watching over me, and I genuinely believed it, too. I'd even written an essay about it back then. This guy's doing a lot of thinking for a dead dude. Also, new term. In retrospect, I might have just had a bad case of Chunibyo. I'm not sure how to pronounce that specifically. Is our main character going to be a Chuni again? Because I had enough of that with Kyoma in the last game in Steins Gate. Now it hurts just to think about it. I think I've heard something about this protagonist being something of a loser as well. So maybe the guy who writes these games just loves those kind of protags. Because he went by two names. What were the two names? Kyoma. Hyoin Kyoma. That was the thing he just kept yelling. And Okabe. Yeah, something like that. Whatever. We got another Chuni. Another Chuni main character. That'll be fun. If anyone were to read it right now, I'd probably shut myself away from society for the rest of my life. That embarrassing, huh, guy? Foo-hee-hee. Is this your Chuni laugh? Foo-hee-hee. I can still remember the title of that essay. Whose eyes are those eyes? Interesting. My chair groaned hoarsely as I leaned back.
僕を見るな。
Don't look at me. I muttered that toward the gloomy ceiling, irritated. Naturally, there was no response. This was my room. I lived here alone. Aside from me, of course, there wasn't a single person here. I tried turning around. We actually have a 3D environment now. My room was dim and cluttered with various belongings stacked all the way. It's not really a 3D room, but at least it's not static like Steins Gate. Various belongings stacked all the way to the ceiling. Definitely got a Chuni room. What the hell is he playing? What's that game over on the left? Oh, can I play that game? I'd rather play that game. The only source of light in the room was the desk lamp near my PC. There weren't any windows, so the darkness should come as no surprise. Well, you've got at least 2 monitors on. That's helping. And since you couldn't see outside, you couldn't even tell whether it was night or day. Enough figures, my guy. Jeez. Look at this weeb. I started speaking into the dark corners of my room.
僕の名前は西條匠。17歳。水明学園2年。と言っても学校にはほとんど行ってないけど。
Alright, so Nishijo Takumi. Nishijo Takumi. I was trying to follow his Japanese, so I wasn't paying attention to how he pronounced his name. So, Nishijo Takumi.
まあ、それでも勉強はできる方だよ。定期テストはちゃんと受けてる。しかもそれなりに上位の点数を取ってるからね。
Alright. Doesn't go to school, studies from home. As long as I come in to take the tests, the ace them all is fine. I'm pretty smart, you know. It wasn't like talking to myself would accomplish anything. It wasn't like anyone was going to show up out of nowhere. Oh, what's going to turn around? We're going to turn around at some point and someone's going to be directly behind us, aren't they? There's enough room for that. The darkness just kept on sitting there and being darkness, like darkness does. Still, darkness was delusion fuel. There's that word again. After all, the unseen might as well be the unknown. In the darkness, even if you knew it was impossible, you couldn't help but wonder if something might be there, lurking in the shadows. Damn it, this wasn't helping. I was only making my own creepy delusions worse. Why did I do this to myself? To get off the topic, I decided to keep monologuing.
僕は現在アウェイじゃなかった。
Right now, I'm deep in enemy territory. I mean, I'm living in Shibuya. Okay, this is a Hyoin Kyoma. Through and through from the sound of it. I'm just waiting for the L-Sai Kongru.
この紅会館ビルは父さんの経営するビル会社の管理下にあるんだけど。
So this is the Kurenai Conference Hall. It's owned by my dad's property management company.
その屋上に設置されたコンテナハウスを格
But
安
I'm
で
just
借りて
renting
る
out a cheap shipping container on the roof. Holy hell, this guy's living in a shipping container on the roof. He doesn't even have a room. He's not even on a floor. He's in a box on the roof. Damn.
街の環境は最悪。僕が住んでる新船長は小さな坂が多いから疲れるし。
The area around here really does suck, though. I'm in Shinsen, which means a lot of small hills. It's exhausting. And if that weren't bad enough, the Love Hotel district is right around the corner. Is that bad? You get a lot of weirdos?
ここが秋葉なら最高だったのに。
If only I lived in Akiba instead. Now that'd be epic. Everyone wants to be in Akibahara.
ほんと渋
That's
谷
where
って
Daru
ひ
is
どい
right
街
now,
だ
I'll bet.
円数で言うと
Seriously though,
ビーズバレー
Shibuya
くらい
is such a horrible city. It's as shitty as Dennis, I don't know what Dennis or Denise or whatever valley in ESO. Shibuya is such a horrible city, but why does every single Japanese game take place there? Oh, damn. Oh, I see. ESO was the name of an MMORPG that was basically my life. All right. This guy plays Elder Scrolls Online, I guess. So, interesting. Oh, never mind. Empire Sweeper Online. Empire Sweeper Online. Okay. I'd dive into Base Lard. Base Lard. Okay, someone needs to workshop that. That's the world of ESO pretty much every day at this point. Sacrificing sleep in the process, of course. Man, I remember my old World of Warcraft days, too. So I guess we can just say Dennis Valley, since it's not a real place. Dennis Valley was a region in ESO that was full of annoying mobs. They hit super hard, and yet they couldn't even be bothered to drop any decent loot. Only idiots went there to grind. Yes, but they're good XP, though. Every vet worth is shit. Oh, there's our first swear word. We'll go to the Forest of Laid instead. Laid? Forest of Laid? Forest of Lied? We'll go with Forest of Lied. It was a much better place to grind, and it was right nearby. Of course, that was where I went.
というわけでドキュンと恋愛資本主義者が集まる
Like I was saying, this city is full of DQNs and egotistical douchebags looking for an easy lay just because he's in the Love Hotel district. I wish it'd just get demolished already.
でもこの部屋の住み心地は
So long as I'm in the comfort of my own room, though, I don't need to put up with any of that. Yeah, I was about to say, you're kind of on the roof, literally. You don't really need to worry about what kind of neighborhood you're in for the most part.
PC とネット環境は最高水準クラス
I have a top-of-the-line PC and super fast internet, and that's all I need. Damn straight.
まあ学生にしては上等の基地じゃ
It's
ないか
all
な
any student could ever need, really.
だから僕
Oh,
は
right.
この部屋のことを
That's why I
ベースって
call
呼んで
this
る
room my base. As always, there wasn't a single living creature in here except me. Realizing how ridiculous I sounded talking to myself like this, I decided to stop introducing myself to whoever was watching me. That's us, guys. He's talking about us. One of these days, he's going to turn around and someone's going to be there and it's going to
やだな
drop a brick in my pants. Still, though, this room is a total mess. The whole room reeked of rot. I could feel the stagnating air crawling in my skin. Empty soda bottles and boxed lunches from the convenience store were scattered all over the floor. Also, my bed was covered in piles and piles of eroge. Of course it was. Thanks to that, I always slept on the couch instead.
片付けろよな誰だよ散らかしっぱなし
Seriously,
にした
though,
の
this
は
place is a pigsty. Who the hell makes a mess like the... Oh, me. Phooey. Just had to put that one smile in there for that one frame, eh? Fed up with my own creepy laugh, I took out my frustration on a plastic bottle lying by my foot. The bottle ricocheted off the wall and flew straight toward my shelf of perfectly organized figures. With a shriek, I leapt out of my chair to catch it. Not those! I'd never let anyone lay a finger on any of my 100-ish waifus, daughters, and older sisters. Oh, God. Dude, you got no business complaining about the Love Hotel people, when you just, no. These girls were my darlings. Just looking at them soothed my aching heart. Yeah. I made sure to tidy up their shelf once a week. It was the only place in the room I ever cleaned, of course. I was always looking for the best ways to display their cuteness. I would constantly rotate and reposition them, trying to create the ultimate layout. Naturally, if I let them get dusty, then the whole thing would be ruined, so I always make sure to clean them regularly. And we got the one special one on our desk here. Breathing a sigh of relief, I tossed the bottle aside and turned back to my PC. This feels like Daru's origin story. That's who we're playing as, right? This is Daru. We're in the Steins Gate universe. This is younger Daru. I kept my beloved PC enshrined at the back end of my shipping crate. Next to my monitor was... Oh, that was his favorite figure then. Sierra Tan, a 1/8 scale pre-awakening version A figure from my current favorite anime, Blood Toon, the animation. Every now and then those tips come up, and they kind of go in our little tip list, which we can maybe reference later, but right now we're just going to roll with it. Sure. Random person from random fictional anime. Got it. Moe. Okay, I don't think we need a tip for that one. She sat there striking a Moe pose and smiling at me. You guys could go look that one up yourself.
Sarah, kawaii yo, Sarah.
It's just Sarah. You're so cute, Sarah. Kawaii. Staring longingly into Sarah Tan's eyes, I grabbed a nearby bottle of Coke and took a sip. It was lukewarm, but I didn't care. By the way, again, for those not familiar with Steins Gate, these games have a really slow boil. So, strap yourselves in and expect a lot of this.
さてと、円すらないと。
Alright, let's get back to ESO. We've taken enough break from our taking a break from actually doing schoolwork or something. I sat back down and plopped my hands onto the keyboard, just assuming that position made me feel relaxed. Paladin. My character in ESO, Neidhart, was a paladin. I'd already leveled him up to the max and reset twice. Right now he was back to the max level 50. That was the highest rank you could reach on official servers. ESO players far and wide knew me as lightning fast Neidhart. No, they didn't. They treated me like a god. No, they didn't. You ever know that one player that you ever ran into that was just like, thought they were the best or never logged off and just were insufferable? I'm sure that's this guy. I already had all the rare weapons, armor, and magic. I still only had 95% of the total rare items, but whatever. It was still a work in progress. This guy feels like me in Guild Wars 2. I had so much gold that I didn't really know what to do with it. Well, aside from RMT, real money trading, which I made a living off of. So this guy does that. That's a legit thing in some games. Even if I stopped grinding right now, I'd still have enough money to keep living like this for half a year. Imagine getting paid to play video games. Who'd have thought? Aside from just ESO stuff, I was particularly adept at chatting online. It was the only source of social interaction I ever got, after all. I have a feeling that's going to change shortly. I gave advice on the huge anonymous forum @channel. I posted in epic threads, too. Of course, I posted in epic threads. God, this guy's such a loser. @channel, isn't that the same? That is probably the same @channel, like the same forum that was in Steins Gate, right? That Karisu used to post as Gohan Kamehameha or something like that. I forget her username. @channel, I'm pretty sure that's the same forum. Please show me. Please show me one of the usernames we've seen from Steins Gate. Oh yeah, and I had over 100 friends on Free Para, a social network I used. So basically Facebook. Respect, trust, I had it all right here. I don't know about that. This dude's in a shipping crate, living the good life. I didn't go to school. It wasn't so much that I didn't want to, and more that I had no reason to. I could study anything online. School's completely useless when you can get everything done from home. Based. Well, I did need to attend every once in a while, or else I wouldn't earn enough credits to graduate. That was why I went to school as little as I possibly could. That was the smartest way for a student to live. My parents always nagged me about it, though. I mean, if you don't need to go into to learn, you don't need to go in to learn. To make things easier, I'd invented the minimum attendance chart. This guy probably put more work into this than he does in his homework. According to the chart, I only needed to attend 2 to 3 times a week. The other students would always make fun of me for being an otaku freak. Well, because that's what you are. But as far as I was concerned, they were the stupid ones for going to school every day. Maybe try thinking for yourself for once, dipshits. Can we do both? Can we just stay home and not collect 100 waifus? All in all, my life here really isn't all that bad. Grim, is that his name? Oh, whoops, I've been so busy thinking about the gays. I forgot I was in the middle of chatting with Grim. Okay, you're not Grim, you're Neidhart. Grim was the handle of one of my ESO friends. I talk to him all the time online, though I never met him IRL. Watch this be Daru. Someone from Steins Gate is going to be in here somewhere, and I'm going to be for it. He had a keen eye for useful information, so I could generally rely on him to keep me in the loop. I sat back down and started tapping out a response. LOL, I don't need a tip for LOL. LOL didn't even come up. You just gave me a tip for LOL and nothing happened. There we go. My B, and no, I didn't really fall asleep. I just zoned out for a second, lol. Oh, I guess you must be really tired. You not get enough sleep? Or you just stay up late doing the dirty with your girlfriend? Negative. Up all night every night. Come on, you know I'm not into 3D. Never mind, this guy's actually Hifumi from Danganronpa. The two of us chatted all about all sorts of things. Actually, didn't Daru talk like that too? I'm gonna watch Grim B Daru. That's gonna be hilarious. And since it was all anonymous, I was comfortable with talking about pretty much anything. I'd never act like this IRL, obviously. Oh, right, you like 2D. And by 2D, you mean heh. Eroge glances over at the bed. No. What is up with you and lewd shit, LOL? Me? You're the guy that has porny delusions all the time. You literally were just going on and on about girls in swimsuits, remember? Lol. YouTube, don't ban me. I was. I definitely don't remember that. Anyway. More? If that's what we were talking about, then here's my take on it. Oh, God. Oh, Sierra. School swimsuit plus glasses equals perfection. Who swims with glasses on? Who does that? Sarah. Sarah, you're so cute, Sarah. School swimsuit, Sarah. Do you have the school swimsuit Sarah figure on order here, my guy? Oh, wait. Oh, I gotta pick... No, don't drag me into your world. Get this off my screen. Okay, I literally just said who swims in glasses, so I think on principle I have to go with no. They're both turn red when you hover over them. Weird. School swimsuit plus glasses equal perfection. No, you otaku freak. Get out of here. Glasses, who cares about those? Oh, I get... What? The competition swimsuits are definitely better than regular school ones. I don't even... What is the difference? I don't even know. What is a competition swimsuit and what is a regular one? I'm not enough of a pervert to know what that is. Competition swimsuits are better than... I don't know what that is, so I'm just going to say no. Apparently text is... over the knee socks. Okay, those definitely don't go with swimsuits. Socks too. They got to be over the knee. Okay, just settle down. This is me just spraying this guy. I just got a spray bottle behind Neidhart. I'm like, no, bad. Settle down. You're going to horny jail. Glasses. Who cares about those? The cool swimsuit is a symbol of youth. Something to remind us of those days that bring such bittersweet tears to our eyes. Really, a swimsuit is all I need. Everything else is unnecessary. I feel like that last comment came after I picked the no knee socks. What would he have said if I had gone for knee socks with swimsuits? Because that just seems bizarre. Is that a thing? Is that a fetish? Don't answer that. Slow down, man. Lamau. You really like swimsuits, huh? As a man should, logically speaking. By the way, it's not really about how much skin is shown. Am I going to regret playing this? Nope it. I missed that note. Like, you know how a grill having her panties completely exposed? Why are you making me read this? But the implication is that she's going no pan is so much hotter. It's like that. I don't even... No, we're not looking at that. Don't look that one up. Okay, sure, but I'd be happy either way, really. Grim is just not cultured, apparently. What? What? What sort of knave can't acknowledge the superiority of implications? I mean, not gonna lie. Okay. You stupid dumb fuck. You don't get moe at all. Well, your libido is definitely full throttle today. Well, horny teenager. But that's what makes you Neidhard. LOL. I should be disgusted, and yeah, LOLOL. Okay, this probably isn't Daru. Wait, go back. What do you mean that's what makes you, you? I mean, yeah, I guess I went a bit crazy there. No, I'm pretty sure that's what makes you, you. But I'm still trying to maintain a cool image for myself here. Try harder. You? Cool? Ha ha. What are you laughing at? Anyway, what were we talking about before I went AFK? It was probably just something to do with ESO. Did you seriously forget? There was an incident IRL recently. Ah, okay. To the plot. Thank you, game. An incident IRL? Watch all those swimsuit decisions I make actually come back to bite me later. I'm not going to get the good ending anymore. I remember something like that, but what was it? Shogun has joined the room. Current users 3. Greetings, Lord Shogun. Sup? I introduced myself, but there was no reply from the user named Shogun. Do they know him? What was up with that? Was he ignoring me? And I was being so friendly with him, too. Did he know who he was talking to? Does he not understand the greatness of the presence that he is in? Whatever. I'll have you know I'm the lightning fast Neidhart. Whatever. Lurking wasn't even allowed here. Well, whatever. Might as well just ignore him. So I guess they don't know who he is. I guess that was another great thing about the internet. There was no need to worry about pointless etiquette. Okay, who's Shogun going to end up being? Anyway, what were you saying, Grim? I was talking about those cases that have been all over the news lately. Like I know what's happening IRL. Yeah, if it happens outside the shipping crate, I have no idea. Probably something stupid, right? Pretty much, yeah. It's pretty shocking, though. Shocking? Must have been some real grisly murder, then. There have been a few here and there recently. Can I click, please? Can I click? It's not letting me do things. Alright, there we go. Sometimes it just decides to sit there. You're not going to send me gore again, are you? What? Can't handle a little gore, Neidhart? LOL. I mean, there's nothing I can't handle. Still, I didn't really want to see it. Lately, though, it hadn't been easy to avoid that kind of stuff. People are always trying to trick others into clicking on nasty stuff like gore or some kind of creepy edit. And once you fell for it, you couldn't unsee it. Well, I think I'm used to it by now, sorta. And they call you the greatest paladin in all base lard, LOL. I don't PK, though. PK stands for player kill. If you don't PK, then I don't think you're a paladin. This coming from a vanilla WoW player. In other words, it's when you go around in MMOs killing randos and stealing their golden gear. So typical DQN stuff. Trollin'! Don't need to look up that one either. I'm no troll, and I don't stoop to their level either. And just in general, I try to avoid breaking ESO's rules. It goes against my policy. Well, except for the rules that prohibited RMT. I broke those rules all the time. Of course. Don't think I need to look that one up either. Okay, calm your tits there, almighty hero. So I'm sure you've heard of New Gen, right? Question marks? New Gen, what's that? Has he ever mentioned it before? Grim was talking like I should have already known about it. Already getting the Steins Gate vibes. The hell is New Gen? The New Generation Madness. People call it New Gen online. It's the name for the mysterious set of incidents happening in Shibuya. It's all up in your neighborhood, LOL. Oh, now that you mentioned it, I did feel like I'd heard about it somewhere. Though, all I knew was that they existed. I hadn't looked into them at all. What? Delude? Delude? Is this what the new Google is called? Oh, it's down there too. Delude. I tried Googling New Gen and instantly got a few results. Madness explodes in today's youth. Let's see here. Looks like New Gen is the name for 2 incidents in Shibuya that happened in the past month. Including a fetus, there's been 7 victims. That's some blood. That is some red. Interesting headlines over on the left there. The first incident was the group dive where 5 friends jumped off a skyscraper. Okay. And in the second one, a fetus was found inside a man's body. That doesn't work. Whoa, are you serious? A chill ran down my spine. How did that get there? Don't turn around. Someone's going to be there. That door's going to open. First thing that happens when there's someone back there is going to freak me the F out, I swear. Before I'd even realize that I'd turn around and look around my room again. There were a bunch of results for New Gen on Taboo News, so I went to skim through them. New Generation Madness, the incidents that had the entire internet in uproar. There have been 2 of them so far. I was about to say, haven't there only been 2? That doesn't seem like enough for a trend yet. One of them was so brutal, several TV channels didn't even describe the crime out loud. The first incident, the group dive, had been initially thought to be a suicide, but rumors have since risen that it may not have been. Parents and friends of the 5 victims all said the same thing. None of the victims had shown any signs of planning to commit suicide, and they hadn't had any reason to do so either. And on top of that, some physical evidence had been found too. Okay, type things. Had a quick look. Well, like something out of a creepypasta, right? You shit yourself yet? Not really. I don't know, to be honest. I'm just waiting until someone is behind me when I turn around. Then I'll shit myself. Here, link. Take a look at this. What is it? A picture of one of the victims' corpses. He's getting a kick out of this. Alright, I might have to censor this. He did stuff like this from time to time, but if I wanted to keep my reputation as the great Neidhart of Baselard, I couldn't let it faze me. The Neidhart of Baselard. Unlike in the real world, I was a god in the world of ESO. I was the strongest, wisest, and most noble knight in all the land. Mocking me would be a fool's errand. And so, gathering up whatever courage I had, I clicked the link. Is it going to be a Rickroll? Close enough. Oh, it was just some shitty doodle. My guy. Lamau, I got baited. Who did this? Him. I drew it in like 2 minutes. Sounds about right. Damn it, the god of art finally shows himself to us mortals, Ruffle. Anyway, not gonna lie, I'm dead tired, so I think I'm gonna go pass out. Good night. See you tomorrow in Baselard. Grim has left the room. Yeah, Shogun has been here the whole time. I completely forgot about him. Not that I cared, though. And he came in, or she came in, or whoever came in, just as we started talking about this. Well, I don't really feel like sleeping yet, so I guess I'll farm an ESO for a bit. Oh, wait, no, the new episode of Blood Tune comes out today. How could you forget? I didn't have a TV in my room, so I just made do with my PC. Might as well go to the bathroom while you wait. Where's the bathroom in your shipping container? Do you just go off the edge of the building, or what? I took a quick look at Sarah next to my monitor. I would get to see Saratan today. I couldn't wait. With that on my mind, I made my way over to close the chat window. Uh-oh. Huh? Shogun has posted a link. What? The other link is gone, so I don't think it's from the same overall URL. Gazoop. Shogun had sent a message. What the? He actually posted. So he wasn't just a lurker. Judging by the file extension, it looked like an image link. JPEG. A sudden link posted by a suspicious stranger that hadn't sent a single message until now. I gulped instinctively. I couldn't explain why, but I had a bad feeling about it. A feeling unlike anything I'd ever felt in all my time on the internet. I really didn't want to click it. I clicked my tongue instead and gazed at the clock. My rendezvous with Saratan was in 12 minutes. I should probably get this conversation over with quickly. What's it going to be? Well, we got a tip for bait and switch, so I feel like I'm spoiled a little bit on where this is going, but we're going to find out. Here we go. Oh, never mind. Oh, they're German. With a name like Shogun. Interesting. Lol, what kind of bait and switch is this, Lamau? German things. Whoa, whoa, what's with the German? I was trying my best to act calm and casual. To be honest, I didn't really want to chat with a shady guy like this. I was so uncomfortable that I could feel a cold sweat forming. Someone's behind us, I swear. He was saying something like, the world changes if you click it? Seriously? What was his deal? Oh, here we go. Here comes the Steins Gate. I do not know German at all, so I will take your word if you say the world changes if you click it. And if the guy only spoke German, I definitely wouldn't be able to deal with him. Oh, there's the English. Huh, he could actually speak normally. I relaxed a little bit. Sorry for startling you. Okay. Don't worry, you're fine. I know what DW means, Gabe. Any reason for lurking? Did someone give you the "you need to lurk for 6 months before posting" spiel? I was thinking. By the way, where are you chatting from? For some reason there was a short pause. Shibuya! Ah! Flash! All at once, images of those gruesome new-gen incidents flashed through my head. Even though I hadn't actually seen any photos, I could picture them so vividly that it was almost like I'd been there myself. The man's torn-up stomach, the lifeless fetus shoved inside. Oh, that's how it got there. The 5 people that dove off the building, instantly turning into a pulpy, inhuman puddle upon hitting the ground. What am I going to have for supper tonight? Just thinking about it was almost enough to make me puke. I shook my head violently as if to shake the gruesome delusion out of my head. This Shogun guy was so suspicious I couldn't stop the paranoid delusions from forming. He's barely said anything, to be fair. The image link is suspicious. What was he trying to drag me into? Yeah, same here. I'm in Shibuya too. Emotes. Looks like a lot of weird incidents have been happening lately, huh? More are coming. How would you know? Ah, Shibuya's so scary. Shiver. What's that? Shogun has posted a formula. Was the Shogun guy some sort of Denpa nut job? I'd never seen that formula before in my life, and when you were as smart as me, that was saying something. Pat yourself on the back some more. I tried looking it up. In this day and age, there's all sorts of information on the internet, so it'll be easy to find. Huh! I'm not getting any results. Was he trying to act smart by typing some nonsense formula? Fuck if I knew. Let's go back to it here. Fun to the power of 10 times intelligence? I know int usually means integer. LR2. That formula has killed this world's possibilities. What are you trying to say? And what was that link from earlier? Well, maybe you should click it and find out. Should I just take the bait already? LOL. I thought it might interest you. Oh, he's posting many images, and they're not the same URL. 1684923456789 500. Dude! Enough with the link spam. Unless these are pictures of waifus in swimsuits, I don't care. It's still going. It's just going. That's like 20 links. Actually, with the original one, no, it's about 14, but still. All of a sudden, the chat was flooded with links. No kidding. Just who was this guy? Was he just trying to scare me for shits and giggles? Maybe he was a friend of Grimm's and they teamed up to mess with me. Don't do that! That's terrifying! Jeez! Someone's gonna fucking be there. Feeling the gaze again, I took a look around the room. Man, the gays are always trying to get me. But surprise, surprise, all that was behind me was darkness and clutter, as per usual. I feel like if there was someone behind us, we would hear the door open. This is a shipping crate, after all. We're not exactly in a library. I was hit with an unnatural sense of dread. The feeling of perpetually being watched left me feeling restless. Don't do that! Don't look at me! No, this is Psy'Min talking now. Psy'Min says, don't look at me. Damn it. And upon saying that, I realized that my voice was trembling. It was almost like the cluttered room I knew so well had transformed into someplace completely foreign. Where is this bed the guy was talking about? All I see are a couch and some boxes. There isn't even a bed up there. It's just, well, I guess this is where a mattress is supposed to be, but it's just boxes. If you'd ever have to go to the bathroom at night after watching a horror movie or listening to a ghost story or something, you may know the feeling of being unnerved or even terrified by the dark hallways of your own home. That was close to how I felt right now. We're gonna jump scare before the end of this first episode, aren't we? You think this shitty bait's gonna faze me? In spite of my shuddering, I faced the monitor, leaned in, and clicked a link. Before I knew it, with the slightest twitch of my index finger, I clicked one of the links. No, wait! I really had no clue how it happened. It wasn't like my hand had been possessed by some unnatural force or something. I just sort of done it without thinking. But even though I knew full well that it'd be a mistake, I clicked it as if it were the most natural thing in the world.
なんだよこれ。
And it was gross. The image that filled my monitor looks like some kind of modern art piece. Ouch. It was pretty bloody. An arrangement of spikes, like the quills of a hedgehog or pins in a pincushion, protruded from the wall in the shape of a cross, and below it a puddle of dark red. And in front of it were small pieces of something, scattered across the ground like garbage. Seriously, what even was this? The work of some pretentious avant-garde artist? Those sorts of idiots were all over the place. They'd make gory stuff like this, then spout some bullshit like, it depicts the latent chaos oft laid bare in this cruel world. No way in hell I'd ever consider that shit art. Still, what a weird image. It hadn't explicitly been gory, but it was definitely borderline. So then why? Why did it seem so graphic? Why did it seem so realistic? Why was I imagining the stench of blood? And why was that stench so strong that it nearly made me choke? It was all in my head, so why did I feel sick to my stomach? Probably because it's not art, it's a picture, a photo. I felt a sharp, throbbing pain in my forehead. The nausea wouldn't go away. I hope you have a place to throw up, buddy, because I still haven't seen a bathroom in here. I desperately reached for my mouse, but my trembling hand knocked it off the desk, leaving it dangling above the floor by its cord. I reeled it back up to the mouse pad and then finally closed the image. But just as I thought it was finally over, my eyes were struck by... Whose eyes are those eyes? The name of our paper. Oh, Faded Black. Cold cut to going to school, I glanced at the minimum attendance chart, the MAC. In the end, I hadn't managed to catch the new Bloodtoon episode live. No big deal, though. Someone had upped it to MewTube after the fact, so I'd been able to just watch it there. I still don't feel any better, though. Those last words Shogun had left behind. It was almost as if he knew about God's gaze and how much it terrified me. It was way too specific for it to be just a coincidence. Maybe someone had leaked some info about me online. Maybe it was another ESO player with a grudge against Neidhart or something. Prodigies like me got a lot of love, so naturally they also got a lot of hate. Well, most haters out there were just jealous. You wouldn't see them around much, but every once in a while some child would try to start shit because he was jealous of Neidhart's strength and popularity. Good Money says none of this is true. They weren't worth anyone's time. But we've gone off topic now. Anyway, yeah, that Shogun guy really got to me earlier. Earlier I tried logging on to ESO to grind for a little while, but I just couldn't concentrate. And to make matters worse, of all days for this to happen,
最悪の日だ。
it just had to be a shitty day like this. What is your shitty day? On top of everything else that happened, I also had to go to school today. This looks like the building that the time machine crashed into. Almost, sort of. I seriously didn't want to go, but if I didn't follow the minimum attendance sheet to a T, my calculations would get completely thrown off. Worst case scenario, I'd even have to repeat the year. But I'm so tired. I stifled a yawn and started trudging off towards school, a trip that was about 10 minutes from my base on foot. That ain't nothing. As soon as I started walking, my mood sank even lower. My body grew heavy, and I found it strangely hard to breathe, causing me to break into an uncomfortable sweat. This was what would always happen on school days. Going to school was pure suffering. Why did I have to go through this? Grumbling to myself with my eyes fixed on the pavement, I kept on walking. I was going to say, this is a weird place to go to school. I turned to enter Shoto Park. The school was just past it. Over by the lake, an elderly couple was taking their morning stroll. Nearby, a businessman sat on a bench, reading the sports section of the newspaper. For a park on the outskirts of a bustling city like Shibuya, it was surprisingly calm. Definitely a great place to relax. I took a seat on another bench nearby. Before heading into school in the morning, I always came here to eat breakfast. I gazed out toward the peaceful pond. The water is surrounded by trees with off-color leaves, their hues slowly changing as autumn rolled in. As per usual, Today's menu was just a cream bun that I'd picked up from the convenience store on the way here. It'll be enough to tide me over until later tonight. I always skipped lunch. Nobody wanted to eat lunch with an otaku freak like me, and there was no way in hell I'd eat alone when surrounded by people eating and chatting together. After washing down my breakfast with some cola, I began staring up at the sky absent-mindedly. No matter the season, the sky above Shibuya was always pretty bleak. My parents only lived a few train stations away, but there was still a clear difference between here and there. Don't get me wrong, I didn't especially mind the bleak sky, but I also couldn't really explain why. I glanced at my watch to check the time. I needed to get going or I'd be late. I had to avoid that outcome at all costs. I only came to school 2 to 3 times a week, so I had to keep a low profile. To make it through school, I had to blend in, to become invisible like the air. The ideal school day was one where nothing happened, one where I didn't have to deal with any of my teachers or DQN classmates. That was the ultimate goal I shot for, and it would continue to be until the day I finally graduated. This was Psy'Min Private Academy, the school I went to. Psy'Min? That should be right. Apparently, it had only been built around 10 years ago, so it didn't exactly have a rich history or anything like that. Since it still looked brand new, it made a pretty good setting for high school TV shows, or a video game. On top of that, the school uniforms had apparently been designed by some famous designer. A ton of shallow-ass girls enrolled just so they could wear it. And while they called it a prep school, most students here didn't score much higher than the national average. Even more ironic, though, was that the school's slogan was, "Here you'll be free," and yet the school rules were actually really strict. Then again, they never actually bothered enforcing those rules. So I guess the slogan wasn't really wrong in the end. I mean, I barely even showed up, and I passed my classes just fine. If you could get away with that, you could probably get away with anything. As I closed in on the school, I could hear the other students more and more clearly. I wasn't good at dealing with crowds, so I just kept my head low as I slipped through the gate. Nobody talked to me, nobody talked to me. I repeated those words in my head like a mantra. Guys, it's Eric from Aviary Attorney. My younger sister also attended this school, though she still lived with my parents. Run into her, and any perfectly fine day could turn into a nightmare. Oh, I can't wait to meet her. Where is she? Luckily, I hadn't run into her this time. I made it to class safe and sound. I rushed over to my seat, being extra careful not to make eye contact with anyone. I could feel a nearby group of girls shoot a glance at me, but thankfully they went right back to chatting afterwards. They all thought I was a freak. I was sure of it. Well, you haven't done a whole lot to dissuade them, have you? Well, from my point of view, you 3D sluts are the real freaks here. Nice. If you think I'm a freak, then don't look at me. Just pretend I'm not here. Don't acknowledge me at all. If you all just do that, then I won't bother you either, and I can go about my day in peace. That's why it always confuses me when I see DQNs call people freaks. I just don't get it. Do I need to look up what this word is in the tips? How do I get to the tips? I want to see how to... No. I don't want to actually... How do I do things? If you think they're such a freak, then why even bother talking to them? Just stay in your corner and they'll stay in theirs. How do I bring up stuff? Ah, here we go. I don't care about most of this. Toggle. System menu is 1? System menu is 1. Who comes up with these? Okay, so... Tips list. Where's the DQ? DNQ, whatever. DQN. Dokyun. Used to refer to people who are slow, stupid, antisocial, or delinquents. So, Dokyun. English word do, Japanese word kyun. Dokyun. So, fat people? Alright, sure. Whatever you say, my guy. Carrying on. Regardless, I was just sitting there looking down at my desk when... Are we going to get our actual first person talking to us?
Yo, Taku.
Yo, Taku. Someone suddenly clapped me on the back. Startled, I turned to look behind me. Didn't know you were coming in today.
三角君、
This is definitely a different art style to Steins Gate. Oh, Misumi-kun. It was Misumi Daisuke, one of my classmates. He shot me a friendly smile from behind my desk. Misumi Daisuke. Daisuke, I should say. The guy was pretty handsome, so all the girls were into him, but he was also into them and dated them, a lot of them, usually multiple at a time. If you ask me, he was balls deep into DQN territory. He doesn't seem very doughy to me, my guy. If it were up to me, I'd steer clear of him, but why is he talking to you? You're looking as grim as ever. You stay up all night playing games again. Not really. He was the only person in the class who was comfortable talking to me. Though we had absolutely nothing in common, so I have no idea why he bothered. I've been suspicious about it ever since the school year began. If I were a girl, I could maybe understand, but since I was a guy, it made no sense to me. I know it's hard since you're a shut-in and all, but you should really try to speak up. I wonder if I could. Or I would if I could. Just the act of talking to another 3D human being was painful. Anxiety made it hard for me to speak naturally. My lack of experience made it hard for me to articulate things. And I was always afraid of being teased for saying something weird. That was why I always shrunk back. You have no idea how much pain I'm going through, so please don't talk to me like you know me. Also, I'm not a goddamn shut-in. Real shut-ins stay in their rooms 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I'm not like that. Oh, really? That could be a shut-in. You're pretty much a shut-in, my guy. Just admit it. Own up to it. I mean, I can understand feeling nervous around chicks, but if you keep stuttering like that around me, people might start thinking we're gay. I mean, our main protagonist, he is worried about the gays. We've established this. Huh? Wait, was he just dating girls as a cover? Has he been into guys all along? I tried to back away from him, nearly falling out of my chair in the process, but I quickly grabbed onto my desk to catch myself. The hell are you doing, dude? Misumi-kun, are you gay? No way in hell! Did you forget all the chicks I've landed? Yeah, our protag needs some help on the social skills here. Okabe all over again. Right, that was terrifying. Speaking of landing chicks, my favorite topic. Misumi-kun took a quick look around, then lowered his voice and grinned from ear to ear. I just bagged my third girl from this class. Want to know who? Not really, no. Come on, you can at least pretend to care. It was Tanaka, man. Tanaka! Who's Tanaka again? Do you seriously not know the names of our classmates by now? It's nearly October, dude. Well, you say you're not into 3D girls, so I guess it makes sense. Visibly frustrated, he shrugged his shoulders and let out a sigh. Well, interestingly enough, he never insulted my taste in girls, which was, to put it simply, that they had to be from the second dimension. Damn it, Hifumi. But he never called me a freak for that. He just didn't bother with things that didn't interest him. That was what made me think he may not have been all that bad. That was also probably the reason why I didn't mind talking to him. Anyway, I've pretty much scored on every cute girl in this class by now. I think it's about time I started heading next door. Okay, maybe he was pretty bad. If a girl overheard some of the shit he'd said, she'd be horrified. There's a real hot one in Class D, but it doesn't look like she comes to school much. Ain't got much in the chest, though. Now that I think about it, though, aren't you into flat girls anyway? That's not what 2D means. Are you talking about 2D? That's not... whatever. Alright. New topic. Oh, I heard him say new gen. Have you heard about new gen? Why is this the thing that we're discussing? I hadn't expected to hear those words come out of his mouth. And here I thought he was only capable of thinking about girls. I couldn't even picture him watching the news or reading the newspaper. There's been some rumors that the group dive wasn't actually a suicide. Everyone just knows about the group dive, apparently. What? Yeah, that's what Sports Tokyo said. Wait, so his source was Sports Tokyo? And why do I need a tip for source? That kind of erased any and all credibility. Still, I'd already known about that rumor, not that I cared.
聞いて驚け。
Okay, now listen closely. This is the good part. An eyewitness said that the killer's a chick, and a real hottie at that too. Watch it be the student from Class D. It's going to end up being her, isn't it?
女。
It's a chick. How did she get them all to jump off a building? Watching Mizumi get so excited, it finally hit me. Why did he suddenly care enough to read Sports Tokyo? Same reason he cared about anything else. Something to do with girls. What a twist. I guess Mizumi-kun would even go after serial killers as long as they were cute. I mean, if it were me, I'd take a cute 2D serial killer, but... Mizumi-kun stared longingly at the blue sky outside the window. Then, for some reason, his face suddenly lit up as if he'd reached enlightenment itself.
どんなやつなんだろうな、犯人。
Really, though, I wonder what kind of person the murderer is. Is she really a cutie? If she is, then I really want to meet her. Yeah, this dude definitely thought exclusively with the wrong head.
俺だけは殺されねえ自信があんだよな。
I know she wouldn't kill me. I mean, look at me. I've got the look, and chicks dig me. No matter how many people she's killed, she'd definitely fall in love with a nice guy like me. All the teenage guys have their heads up their asses. And that's why she wouldn't kill you? This guy was so delusional that he gave me a run for my money. You know what? That's hard to do, but honestly, I'm gonna give you some credit for that. I think he might. The fact that he was able to say all that, even without a hint of irony, was honestly pretty gross.
僕は興味ない。
I don't really care.
でもよ、興味ないっつっ
The hell do you mean you don't really
絶
care?
対この辺うろうろして
You know the killer is somewhere in this city,
どっか
right?
ですれ違ってたりするかもし
It
れ
might
ね
even
え
be
し。
someone you've met before. Yeah, well, for all I know, you could be the murderer. Okay, probably not, but it was entirely possible that the killer could be one of the students at this very school. They just keep hitting at that. Is it going to be that girl from Class D? I'm betting it's the girl from Class D. If that turned out to be true, maybe I'd use my PTSD as an excuse to come in less often without hurting my attendance.
なあ、今日俺と一緒に
So,
殺人
want と check
現場
out the
見に行
crime
くね
scene with me?
ここから
It's close
歩
enough
いて
to
行け
walk
る
to
のか
from here. I hear they haven't even finished cleaning up the blood yet. God, how recent was this? I had absolutely zero interest in doing that. I just wanted to get through school in peace, go home, greet Saratan, and get back to being worshipped like a god in base lard.
もう小橋と長谷川は見に行った
Come on, even Kobashi and Hasagawa have gone to see it.
本当に興味ないんだ。
I really don't want to. What the hell? What's happening? Oh, we got a choice, do we? I see the buttons on the side there. I felt bad about turning Mizumi-kun down, since he seemed so excited about it, but I really did not want to go. But even though I was trying my hardest to reviews, he just wasn't listening.
そしたら犯人とばったり会っちゃったりして
Maybe
な
we'll even see the murderer. They say the criminal always returns to the scene of the crime, right?
で、次はタカがターゲットにされるん
Maybe
だ
she'd pick you as her next
死を
victim.
罪を償
To
う
atone for your sins, you must die, you know, that kind of thing. As for your sins, though, being a shut-in. I'm assuming there's a choice coming. Wait, what?
僕は引きこもりじゃ。
What were those buttons for? I had red and green on the left and right, and just, what? Why was that there? I thought they were going to come in and show themselves. Did I have to highlight them? Did I miss something? A shut-in? I'm not a shut-in. You are totally a shut-in. Taking some offense at Mizumi-kun's choice of words, I almost snapped back at him. But I quickly decided against it when I considered the possibility that he might get upset at me. So I just bit my lip and turned away, and when I did, I noticed that there was something written on the blackboard. At first I didn't really care enough to read what was written there. My mind only registered the fact that something was written there, and not what it was. But the longer I gazed at it, the more I realized something was wrong. Huh? Before I knew it, I was out of my chair.
ちょっとどいて。
Move for a second.
おい
Ow!
どうしたんだよ
What was that for? I had a feeling. I pushed Mizumi-kun aside and rushed over to the blackboard. The instant I realized what it said, I felt my heart stop. Whose eyes are those eyes? Just written on the blackboard, just like that. Whose eyes are those eyes? Those were the words I said to myself whenever I felt God's gaze. I never said them out loud before. I hadn't told anyone about them either. Not even Mizumi-kun. It didn't matter how often I used it. There was no way anyone in this class could know about that phrase. So who? Why? How? I quickly turned around and scanned the room. The only person paying any attention to me at all was Mizumi-kun. The rest were talking to their friends, reading manga, despite manga being against the rules, or sleeping on their desks. Then who? Who had written it, and when? Had it been there the whole time? Since before I'd even entered the classroom? I couldn't remember. It wasn't like I ever paid any attention to the blackboard anyway. Come on, what's the matter? Mizumi-kun walked up to me, grabbed my shoulder, and gave me a good shake. Are you even listening? Hello, Taku. It didn't matter who'd written it. It had to be a coincidence. It must have just been a common phrase or something. It was just a stupid, pointless scribble. Yeah, that had to be it. I tried to convince myself of that, but it was still freaking me out. I think we'll see... I don't know. Oh. Music is still doing things. Alright, let's carry on to the end of this before I cut off the recording. I still had no clue who'd written it. I'd have to ask myself... I'd have to ask everyone in the class to figure that out, and I didn't have anywhere near that kind of courage. Immediately after I thought that, homeroom began and my teacher came to the room. His eyes immediately zeroed in on the words written on the board, and with a quick, "Come on, who wrote this?" he grabbed the eraser and wiped them all away. Well, that was quick. I guess we're done. So, you know what? That seems like a good stopping point. We've been going for a little over an hour. So, yeah, I'm invested. I want to see where this goes. Still not a fan of the main character, but, hey, Steins Gate style. The main character's a loser. Big shock. I don't care about that. But, let's see where this goes. Still a lot that has not yet nearly been established as far as what is remotely going on or whatever, but I guess we'll find out in time. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I will probably be uploading a couple of times a week like I used to with the other visual novel type stuff. And yeah, make sure you're subscribed and all that good stuff so that you catch the episodes. And I hope you enjoy this with me. Take care. I will see you guys next time. Always keep in mind that I'm still streaming a lot on Twitch, even when I'm not uploading on YouTube. So if you ever want to come by and hang out and say hi, make sure you do that. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great week. I know you will. Bye-bye.